Hey guys, Janet here, aka Gameonysus, and today I'm going to be reviewing some Nintendo Switch cases. So the cases I'm going to be reviewing are a few that you can get at GameStop, a few that you can get off Amazon, and I'll be kind of talking about what features these cases have and the pros and cons of each, and also kind of my verdict on whether or not you guys should get the cases that I'm going to be showing you today. So first up, I'm going to start with the case that I first used when I got my Nintendo Switch. When I first got my Switch, I just used my roommate's case, and my roommate went ahead and bought the Super Mario case. You can get this at GameStop. It's pretty common there. The official name for it, if you would want to look it up, on Amazon, however, it would be the PDP Nintendo Switch Super Mario Brothers Premium Travel Case for Nintendo Switch. And I'll put links to all this in the description as well. So this one, just kind of quickly starting with the features it has that Mario design in terms of items. You know, we have the question blocks, we have the stars, the coins, the mushrooms, all of that, and it's in that black and kind of there's like a gray silver designing on it that looks quite nice, but also a little bit subtle, which is kind of cool. One thing I like about these kind of retail cases that you can easily pick up is a lot of them have like a little design for the zipper, which I think is a nice touch. On the inside, we have some game storage, and then we also have, of course, the place where the Switch actually goes. So you would just drop your Switch into this mesh pouch, and then you store your games up top. And it also has a wristlet handle on it. And that's the rundown of what the case offers. Now, as far as how I like this as a case, it's pretty solid. I'm not in love with the design of it, but I do like the subtlety of it, and I like that it can be a wristlet. I would carry this around and just kind of hold it as so. Of course, it's not as convenient as like putting it in a bag or something, and the Switch is quite large, so it's hard to carry in a way that's not super obvious that you are carrying your Switch around. But other than that, I thought it was pretty good. I like the game storage that it offers. There's plenty of space for carts, so you don't really have to worry too much about needing anything more than that. I can't imagine you traveling with more than this many physical copies at a given time. The slots are made quite nicely. Like, they cover over 50% of the cartridge, which is what I look for in these slots. So if you go ahead and see what that looks like with an actual game in there, it fits nice and snug. So I would say my verdict on this, and it's like $15 or so. So if you're looking for something simple, if you're a Mario fan, I think this is a really good go-to option for you. Keep in mind there isn't any like extra Joy-Con storage or strap storage, so it's definitely for like the solo player. Like, you're not really planning on necessarily carrying a bunch of accessories, which I think most of us aren't. And you can obviously use these Joy-Con without the wrist strap, but it's a little bit nicer when you have it. So something to keep in mind. So final verdict on this, it's pretty good. The next case I'm going to show you guys is the next case that I ended up getting. So I'm kind of going to go in order to which I'm exposed to these. So that was my roommate's case, and I wanted a case of my own. So when I went shopping for one, I went ahead and did the Zelda Breath of the Wild case because I like the design more than the Mario one. And I wanted to just pick something up easy at GameStop. So if you search this one up on Amazon, you want to type in the Nintendo Switch Game Traveler Deluxe Travel Case Zelda Breath of the Wild. And it really does live up to its name as being a deluxe travel case. It's rather thick. So if we look at it in comparison to the Mario one, if you have both of them zipped up, it's like way denser of a case. But it's also kind of sturdier. So I definitely recommend this for travel if you're throwing your Switch in your suitcase. Now, can't imagine why you wouldn't just have it as a carry-on, but I think in general for travel it would be good anyway, just because maybe you have like a tote bag that you're using for your carry-on or something a little bit larger, and you are tossing this into a bag. It's really dense and feels like it can withstand like quite a few falls if that were to happen. So once again, similar, they have like the design on the zipper, which is cool, and this is the gray Sheikah eye design. So I like the subtlety of this one. We have nice detailing with the blue on the side as well in terms of getting a little bit of that color in there. Now onto the more important stuff. When you go ahead and open it up, the way the Switch is held in this one is you would place the Switch here, and then this actually comes with 2 additional accessories. You have 2 cases that look just like this, and one is designed for the memory cards, like additional SD cards, and then one is for games. So only 4 games at a time, or 4 memory cards at a time, I guess, as well. And you would slide them into here. And then what you would do is you put the Switch on top of that, like so. You drop this kind of mesh zipper pocket down, and then you like strap that in using the little Velcro strap that it has. And that's how the Switch is held. So something that's kind of cool about this is it kind of hides the games you have a little bit, and it keeps them pretty secure because they're not going to fall out under the weight of the Switch. But it's a little peculiar for game storage. But going a little bit more on the features before I tell you like my feelings on the case, this mesh pouch is kind of meant for accessories. And if you look in here, I actually have both my straps already in here. So it's kind of nice because you have some extra storage for that. I'm sure it could also probably hold Joy-Con as well. I haven't tested that, but it's quite, like I said, it's quite spacious. So it wouldn't surprise me if you could also put Joy-Con in there. Kind of final verdict on this guy. I can only really recommend it if you're doing like hefty travel. Like for day-to-day use, like commuting around, it's just a little bit too thick to easily go into like a bag or just like even be held. Like this is a lot more conspicuous. You have your little handle than like a wristlet strap on a case. And then another issue I found was that I really didn't like the additional accessories it came with. I think this happens a lot when we get cases or get anything that comes with extra stuff is added in there. Like the stuff that you get added is normally not very good. So this one isn't the game storage case. I'm not sure where I dropped that off at, but it's really flimsy. I mean, once again, this is just, I believe, the memory card one. So the sizing will be a little different, but it doesn't really lock in the games very well, and it's really easy for them to kind of shake around in there. And it's one of those cases where when you open it up, everything kind of flies out. So I actually went ahead and, this is kind of a tangent from the cases, I went ahead and bought a game case holder because I just needed something sturdier to kind of supplement this case. I don't really like how all the parts function together. I just wish there was like a more traditional game storage option in this case. And other than that, it's just kind of cumbersome. So I would say that I don't recommend this unless you do heavy travel, or maybe you do have a backpack, but you're just like really paranoid about damage. Like if you're really looking for just durability, like intense durability, this is the case for you. But if you're looking for day-to-day use, I can't say I recommend this one. It's just way too clunky to me. And that brings us to our third case. So this one is one I haven't personally used a whole lot in terms of like my day-to-day, just because this one isn't mine. I borrowed it from my brother. But this is a case that I have kind of been around a lot because I have friends that have this as well. So this is kind of an in-between. It has still that handle. It doesn't have the wristlet. And this is just a plain black case that you can get on Amazon. It's the Shine High, spelled H-A-I. Hard carrying case for Switch with 10 game cartridge. The name's a little bit longer than that, but that's basically the gist of it. So if you go ahead and open it up, it's really thin, kind of like a smooth, almost matte finish to the case. And you go ahead and open it up, and we have our Switch storage here, and then our game storage here, and then we have accessory storage on the top. So something I really like about this case, because that's basically all the features that it offers already, is just the amount of versatility it has. So I'm going to go ahead and also drop the Switch into here so you guys can kind of see what that all looks like. There we go, there we go. I like that it has kind of a little bit of everything, right? The Switch is in there nice and snug. I can even turn this upside down. It's not going to fall out. It's strapped in there quite well. There's game storage and there's accessory storage. You can drop, right now I think there's like a charging USB or something in there. But you can drop like Joy-Con in here or the straps in here, and it all kind of will fit fairly nicely. I can go ahead and actually see if these straps fit in here as I'm talking to you guys. A couple things I don't like about it. Obviously, it's really plain, so that's kind of boring. Will it fit with the straps? It can. It makes it like way bulkier if you put the straps in there as well. There'd be like kind of that bulge, but it can hold quite a bit. Another quick con though, that people have mentioned that have used it is since this is like strapped in there, to get it out, you just kind of have to be careful. Like you have to like sort of lift it and then like move the strap around the Switch, or else you'll be, if you just try to pull it out, obviously you're going to get snagged on the joystick there, and you don't want that because it could cause damage. It probably is fine. I think we're all a little paranoid about our tech, but it's something to be mindful of in terms of just taking it out. Another thing I think is really weird with this case, though, is the game cartridge slots are upside down. So traditionally, they would be in a way where you can see, like, when you open up the case, you see, like, the name of the game the right way up, but these are actually, like, inverted. And we know the regular side of the case is going to be on this side because that's where the Switch would be. I guess you could always put in the Switch upside down as well, and then maybe it wouldn't be, but then this would be upside down. So it's a little weird and it kind of bothers me a bit. So if you're really detail oriented, kind of getting to my final thoughts on this case, if you're detail oriented, you're looking for something a little bit sleeker in design, or not sleeker in design, but maybe more of a standout case, this might not be the one for you. But if you just want a case that's really versatile and not cumbersome, I would say this is a good one to go with. And I suppose you could always decorate the outside with stickers or something, maybe. I don't know how the adhesive would take. But, so yeah, if you're like, oh, I don't care about design, I just want something sleek and that works, you can go ahead and cop this one. I think you'll be satisfied with it. I know a lot of people that are. And the price point on that is also really cheap. So you can get it off of Amazon for $7.99 if you have Prime. So definitely the cheapest case we've looked at so far. As the Zelda one's like $15 to $20. The Mario one was $15. And the last one we're going to look at is going to be a $14 case off Amazon Prime. So I've used all of those cases, or been exposed to all of those cases to some extent, and none of them were what I wanted. So what I was looking for in a Switch case is something that is fairly thin, something that's not conspicuous, something that has like good storage options, and those would be probably the three things I was looking for. So I was looking for it to be fashionable, easily like kind of added into my life, so like not super bulky, and with game storage. Those are the three things I was looking for, and I feel like I got all those three things in the next case I'm going to show you guys, which is the carrying case for Nintendo Switch iVAPO or VAPO PU leather bag waterproof Switch case. If you look it up. But once again, I will link all of that because these names get quite long on Amazon. And it comes in two colors. One option is beige with the leather, and then one is black with the leather. So I got the beige one. I will say, well, first let me talk about the features, and then I'll go ahead and give kind of critiques / my thoughts on it. This one I'm quite satisfied with. So I got this as my fashionable case. I dug through so much of Amazon looking for cases, and this is the one that I thought had the best shot at being what I wanted. So it actually has the logo of the company in the corner. I didn't actually notice that until now, but it's really tiny. And we go ahead and open it up to kind of talk about what features it has. Unlike all the other cases we've looked at, it's not one that zips the whole way around. It's kind of functions more like a clutch, so it zips like halfway instead, and then kind of just opens up with a variety of slots. So the slots that are in here is we have a like soft cloth little pocket, and that would be where the Switch goes. Then we have the game storage right in front of the Switch, and then at the very end, and I'll flip this over so we can see more clearly, we have like these mesh pockets, and that would be for like Joy-Con straps, accessories, etc. So we'll go ahead and look at also how the Switch fits in here as well, which will kind of lead into my critiques of it. We also have the wristlet strap, of course. So really the only criticism I have of this, well, there are two. One, the beige is not quite as defined as it looked on the images online. It looked a lot more like a cleaner cream beige. This is a little bit more like it looks like a little like, not cheap, but like it has kind of that almost backpack-esque material. And it's not like super fashionable in terms of its shade of beige. The leather is quite nice, but the beige color is a little off, so I was a little disappointed in that. Probably wouldn't have the same issue if I got the black case, so eventually I want to get that as well. And then my only other like negative that I have on this is this pocket's really snug, which is good for like keeping the Switch from moving around a whole lot, but I find it kind of difficult to get it in some ways. Like you can slide in the first like joystick pretty easily, but then once you're going into the second one, it's like really, really tight. And I just worry, let me try to hold this up as I do it. I just worry that I'm gonna be moving the joysticks as I'm doing this, and that it'll eventually lead to long-term damage or to short-term damage. It's probably just me being more paranoid than anything else, but it's something to be a little mindful of. I still think it's fine to use, and I'll let you guys know if I see any issues with my Joy-Con at all at any point, but I think it's pretty easy. You just have to be a little bit slower with it and a little bit more careful as you like slide it in there. And other than that, I really, really like it. So we can kind of see how this works with a couple other add-ons in here. The number one thing I like about this case is it's fashionable. I can wear this with outfits and people wouldn't know it's a Switch case, and I really like that. Because I've gotten kind of past the point in my life where like when I was a kid, I had like the Game Boy carrying case and the side pouch and all that. And I'm kind of looking for the modern day version of that with the Switch, but the grown-up version, right? So something that's more in line with my wardrobe and my lifestyle and all of that, and can kind of be a little more seamless. I'll toss a couple of games into here too to see how it looks when it's all functioning together. And I've taken this case out, and yeah, I like it a lot. And there's enough spacing too where if you wanted, you could toss in like a tiny like wallet, like something like, if I have it here, I have a lot of these like little cute little pouches that you can like put credit cards or money into, and I could always toss that in there as well and see how it looks when you close all of it. And if you start adding a lot of accessories, kind of like any case, it can get a little bit bulgy, right? Like I put in the Joy-Con straps, so that's why it's so thick right now. But if I took those out, it would be a lot smoother. So yeah, I would say, and I would say this is my number one Switch case right now. I love it. I had to dig so deep into Amazon searches to find it, but I found it, and it's awesome. Yeah, and it just goes really well with everything. You don't notice that it's a Switch case at all. Like, no one would guess this is a video game case, and I think that's really cool. And yeah, if you go ahead and open it up, there, I'll lose in focus a little bit. Yeah, you could really like just kind of easily push this into your set lifestyle. So you could have your wallet here. If you're worried about your wallet falling out, you could always put that into the mesh pouches, and then we can see how the games fit in there pretty well. I wish the holding part was like maybe just like a tiny bit higher. I like my stuff to cover about like probably 80% of the cartridge because I'm really paranoid about things falling out and things going missing. But yeah, it's really, really good. So this would be my number one pick, guys. So just to recap some cases that we looked at, and I'll quickly show you all of them one last time. So we looked at the classic Mario case, the Breath of the Wild travel case, the kind of easily accessible like black Amazon case, and then this like fashion based Switch case. And I would say my favorite one is this one because what I'm really looking for is something fashionable, sleek, and like useful. That kind of had all the features I wanted in terms of game storage, accessory storage, and of course storage of the Switch itself. So this is my number one pick. My number two pick would be honestly my number two pick would be this case, I think. But if you're looking for if you really care about accessory storage, you're going to want to go with this one just because it has the option and this one doesn't. But I like this one a bit more, the Mario one. It's more interesting looking. It has like the cute wristlet part. I hate cases that have this little handle. It reminds me of like the little handle on the GameCube. Like, why is this even here? And then once again, don't recommend this one, but if you're into traveling, get it. If you want something super durable, this is the one you want to go with. But yeah, that about does it for my review of Switch cases. Thanks for tuning into this, guys. Let me know if there are cases that you guys really love that you want me to check out or review or anything like that. Once again, in the description below, you'll have links to all of the cases I mentioned on here. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for tuning into this. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. And once again, comment and let me know what were your favorite cases from the one scene. Did you see any cases you haven't checked out yet that you're going to buy now? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.